What's up, everybody? Um, I'm back. I'm gonna wait for some people to get on here, get to watching. Hell, nobody may watch tonight because it's a different night, different time, and I don't know if anybody was paying attention. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with my advertisers. First up tonight is Hopkins Design. Websites, print, logos, photos, videos, pamphlets, business cards, anything you could possibly need when it comes to marketing and advertising your company, you need to go to hopkins-design.com and get with Mr. Earl Hopkins. The dude is awesome at what he does. Reach out to him and let him know Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up, our good friends over at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. Great publication if you're in the Indiana, Illinois, Chicago area. You got to stop into one of your local shops and stuff and get that. Great magazine, big supporter of the show. You got to reach out to Marsha and Selena and them. Get you a copy. It's worth it. You'll really enjoy the magazine. Next up, Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Audio, builds, air rides, center stands, big wheels, small wheels, whatever you need, man, we can build it for you. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook at Legacy Bike Works. Next up, American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com. We build custom motorcycle seats. What we do. Whether you have a stock Harley, you need a replacement seat, we got you covered. You need an American Iron Horse seat, we got you covered. You got a custom bike you want to do a seat on, we can do it. Bobbers, choppers, baggers, soft tail, doesn't matter. We've got you covered. Check us out, AmericanDragSeats.com, or you can go to American Drag Seats on any of the social medias and American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine. It's in Panama City Beach right now as we speak. Daniel Roby's going live, giving you all the updates from PCB. Great magazine. Check them out at urbanridesmagazine.com or Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. Next up, good guys, Jade Affiliated. JadeAF.com. Killer wheels. Whether you're building a performance bagger, you've got a stock Harley, you want to upgrade the wheels, you got a big wheel bagger, doesn't matter. These guys make the best wheels in the industry. I should know. I'm fixed to get my first set of them, and I just know they are badass. You got to reach out to Jad at Jade Affiliated on Facebook. All the social medias, it's Jade Affiliated, and it's JadAF.com. Last but not least, our good friends over at Hell Speed Shop, hellspeedshop.com. Awesome people, great shirts, flannels, great t-shirts, hats, anything you need. You've got to get over to hellspeedshop.com, order up the swag. All the cool kids are doing it. You got to get them. I myself have 19 shirts, and I couldn't be happier with them. They're great in the summer. They're great in the winter. They're great in the fall. They're great in the spring. It doesn't matter when you wear it. These things are comfortable and they're awesome. But go check them out at hellspeedshop.com. Order you some stuff up and let them know Kevin with the Grind sent you. So what's happening, everybody? So looks like we've got a couple of viewers. If you wouldn't mind, please leave a comment where you're watching from. That helps me decide and see where the audience is coming from. So, I don't know where the comments are at. Oh, there we go. Jeremy Goheen, what's up, brother? Dude, I'm going to be getting that thing for that little mill I have, man. I really appreciate you sending that over to me, that information. That's badass. What's up, Mr. Winton Walker? What's happening? So, if you don't mind, I see we got some viewers. Please leave a message on here so I can see who all is watching and where you're watching from. Takes 2 seconds to leave a comment. Hello, Miss Nancy. How are you? Tampa, Florida. Right on. Patrick Price, watching in iTunes. Right on. I appreciate that. So let me start the night out by saying it's good to be back. I'm glad to be back. I took a month off because things were getting pretty dark for me, um, pretty toxic. Talked to a couple of people, got a couple opinions. Um, just basically a reality check for me is what it basically was. Um, the show was growing stagnant. People got tired of hearing me just ramble on and talk. I'm going to go into more detail about that here in just a little bit. But basically, I took a month off because I needed to reset my clock. I needed to take a nap, figuratively speaking. I needed to get back to what was important to me and figure out what it is I'm doing. What's up, Nate? What's up, Chris? Patrick Price, Bruno. Um, I basically just got burned out after 6 years of chasing something that I would have sworn I was going to be able to catch. But alas, man, I did not catch it. All I did was piss people off. All I did was get my hopes up for things that were obviously never going to happen, and find out a lot about people that I just did not want to find out about. And I'll be real honest with you, man. I don't know how long the shows are going to be. I'm going to quit saying it's going to be a 10-minute show, an hour show, a 30-minute show, 45-minute show. I'm going to talk until I'm done talking. That's just the way it's going to be from here on out, because it's a big undertaking to do this once a week and find good content that people want to talk about, that people want to engage in, that people want to be a part of. I do this because I love the motorcycle industry. And in loving this industry, you almost have to embrace the good or the bad with the good. And man, I'll tell you where I sit right now today. I'm going to do a little bit of venting. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of what I would like to call making excuses for bullshit. And then I'm going to tell you guys where I'm headed in the future. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this industry is fucking toxic. That's all there is to it. The whole industry is toxic. I would love to blame it on one thing, one group, one product, one whatever. But you can't. You can't blame an industry. You have to blame the people in the industry. And the reality is if you look over all the social platforms and you check out all the podcasts, just like this one, motorcycle related, I mean, there's probably, I can count at least probably 5 to 10 of them. There is no other show like mine. There's nothing else out there that's straightforward, in your face, like this, trying to do something for the industry. It's all about clicks and views and how many viewers can I get, and how many subscribers can I get, and how many followers can I get. That's what this whole thing is about. Let's get as many people watching me and let me be the center of attention, so that it boosts and builds my ego. I'm guilty. I am 100% guilty of that right now. What's up, Dan? Mr. Dan over there, smooth from Shy South in Panama City Beach, Florida, posted up with the Lift King crew. Hope you guys are having fun and enjoying yourselves, and a lot comes out of it for you guys. But back to what I was saying is that we become addicted to the drug of social media. Whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans, it doesn't matter. Everybody is trying to be the center of attention. What's up, Brian? Thanks for watching, man. But the whole industry in whole, in my opinion, is a great industry to be in. From bike builders to painters to product manufacturers, powder coaters, because I know Brian Bailey's watching. Everybody is trying to make something for themselves. But what happened to me is when I started this show, literally January, I want to say it was 4th or 7th or something like that of 2018, I started this whole show basically to be the police, to let people know, don't use this painter. This painter just screwed this guy out of money, blah, 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 blah. Well, I had some high profile people watching the show that were, friends of mine on Facebook, but I'd never actually, I couldn't actually call them friends. Well, I decided, man, if I could get them to go live with me and I could interview them, that would be cool. And that's what the show started out as, is interviewing industry professionals. And it was going great. And being a fan of motorcycles and building bikes, I wanted to do a biker build off. And Jesus Christ, how that happened and how it actually worked is beyond me, but it worked. We had 12 builders or 11 other builders and myself over 2.5 years. And it worked and people enjoyed it and people liked it. That's where the name The Grind Biker Build Off came from. But then we start doing it. And the more I'm starting to put these bike build offs together and stuff, I simply just asked the builders, hey man, put some videos together. I made every builder that was part of the show an admin on the page so they could go live. And you know what? Now it's all over with. And I'll tell you, it was piss poor efforts. I can only name, 1 or 2 builders that actually followed through with what they said they were going to do. And the rest of them just laid down on the job. They just literally laid down on the job. They didn't give 2 shits about people seeing their work. And in my opinion, it's because they're insecure. It's because they're insecure. They didn't want anybody seeing what they did because they were afraid somebody would steal their invention, steal their design, or hell, for all that I know, it could have been they were afraid to put anything on the internet because they were fucking lying. They didn't do those parts. They hired people to do those parts because they actually don't build. They bolt shit together. And I can come clean with all this now because those motherfuckers don't follow me anymore anyway. Those people don't watch the show anyway. Those people don't like me anyway. So I could give 2 shits. The truth of the matter is fake ass builders are fake ass builders. Bolt together gods are bolt together gods. That's all they are. I don't want to be in that group. I don't want to be that group. I want to be the group that I weld shit together. I work metal together. I do Bondo. I do fiberglass. I do gel coat. I do electrical wiring. I do engine building. I want to be that guy. Now, saying that, I don't know everything and I'm not a professional. And based off of a lot of comments, because I don't actually have a storefront, I'm never going to be a professional. I'm never going to be taken serious because I work out of my house. I don't give a fuck. I work out of my house because I'm smart, because I'm not going to go spend $3,000 or $4,000 just so I can have a storefront. I'm not going to waste that money at my age and where I'm at in life. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't make financial sense. Good luck to the guys that do that. I support them as much as I support the garage jockeys. I do that. I guess it's Danielle Heiser. What we're talking about is how this industry has gotten so toxic and what I'm doing to change who I am and keep the toxicity out of my life, building bikes, doing audio, making parts, blah, 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 what I do. I'm hoping that leading by example, instead of trying to interview people and trying to influence people to do these things, I'm hoping they'll step up by example. But I've had so much shit thrown at me in the last 6 years, from calling the biker build-offs rigged to not liking me personally, thinking that I'm rigging it, to, it's just name a front and I've been attacked on it. I told Scotty Robertson Sturgis in 2020, I told him to his face, I said, It's pathetic that this industry has got so many people willing to talk about so many other people behind their backs, but they won't say it to their faces. There's no confrontation face to face. And Scotty just shook his head and he goes, I get it. And I said, man, I don't know when, I don't know what time, but they're going to come after me. And you know what happened in 2023? They came after me. People got to the point they were talking shit about the show and about me. And I guess the few good friends that I do have in this industry told me, I know people are talking shit. I know people don't like me. I know people think I'm a joke. I know people think I don't know what I'm doing and that I shouldn't be talking about topics that I don't know anything about. Well, here's the deal. I don't care how big, how much money, how many bikes I'm ever going to build in this lifetime. I'm never going to know everything. It's just not going to happen. I'm never going to be a guru at this. And here's the funny fucking part. I can't think of a single builder that is a guru at this. I know every single builder, and I'm looking at two of them right now that I actually look up to because I've seen what they build and I've seen how they do it. I guarantee you both of those builders have questions. I guarantee both of those builders have been through the same thing I'm going through right now, where it's just like, you know, I need a little help. I can't figure this part out. So until you get to the point where you can figure everything out on your own by yourself, you're not a professional fucking either. What you are is a working man doing something he enjoys, and that's the end of it. I don't need to know. Let me put it this way. I don't need to prove to anybody what I'm capable of or what I don't know. What I need to do is surround myself with people that want to see me get better. I want to be surrounded by people that when I have a problem, if they have the solution, they give me the solution and teach me, not judge me, not get mad at me, not quit watching the show because this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, I haven't met anybody yet that has the answer to everything. I haven't. Whether it's audio, whether it's welding, whether it's making wheels, whether it's it doesn't matter. I've never met anybody that knows everything. As Keith Barker would say, I said what I said. But I'm not trying to be a dick about it anymore. I'm not trying to let this fucking show and let this industry ruin me as the person anymore. I'm not down for that. That's why I want to go live every Wednesday at 8. The reason Wednesdays at 8 is because my East Coast peeps don't want to go to bed at 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going an hour earlier from East Coast peeps. And a lot of the West Coast peeps are like, shit, I'm just getting off work. I'll be riding home at that time. That's perfect. So I'm just trying to find a happy medium to keep the viewing audience up. But where I'm going in the future with the show is the best part, because I could literally sit here with everybody and just explain why I don't like this industry, why half the people in this industry are a joke, or I could do all of those things. But then that means I'm going to be the way people were treating me, and I don't want to be that way. What I want to do is, I don't care if it's the best audio guy in the world, or it's a brand new builder wanting to get into audio. They both deserve to sit at the same table. And if you don't know what that means, man, get a fucking dictionary. You can figure it out on your own. But let me say it again. I don't care if it is the best audio person in the world with a brand new kid that's never done audio but wants to learn. They both have a place at the same table. End of story. I started the Biker Build Off because I wanted to see builders build, because I wanted to see builders at rallies posted up signing autographs and selling t-shirts. I wanted to see the big guys, the professionals. I wanted to see their new creations every year. Go to the rally and, see a Doug Kahn, see him there with his badass creations. and get a picture with Doug to go next to the one I've already got behind this banner, to get an autograph from this guy. You know, there's nothing cooler than meeting people that actually build and do things, and that, in my opinion, are leading this industry, taking this industry in a direction. But alas, to everything I tried to do, I couldn't make it happen. You cannot make a person, I don't care what industry he's in, you cannot make them be better than they are. You cannot, I don't know who this motherfucker is, keeps calling me, but they keep calling me, and I don't know who they are. But anyway, when I started this show, when I started the biker build-offs, I wanted to pit two builders against each other. I didn't care if they were pros or if they were novices. If they wanted to get on the page, go live, show people building like they did on the Discovery Channel. If you wanted to be a part of it, man, I was all in for it. But then you had people that didn't take it serious. People that wouldn't even hang out at the booth to talk to people about a bike they built. They were too good to even hang out and talk to the fans. That blew my mind. You know, I built my bike in 2018. And if you know anything about this bike, this frame was built by Brad Rule at the Wrench in Tampa, Florida in 2005. It was specifically built for me. It was a chopper. Well, I already had a chopper when I decided to build this bike, so we cut it down and turned it into a Pro Street because I already had a chopper. I wanted a Pro Street. When you have builders like that believe in you and believe in what you're doing and what you want to do, man, you know, that's a blessing from God, in my opinion. But I wanted to build a bike, so I went live on my own show. I did videos after videos after videos. Before there was a grind page, I did them. And people got excited to see me build something. Well, the other guy, he never went live. He didn't take it serious. He didn't give two shits. Why he did it is beyond me. But he made a mockery of me. Then you go to the next two builders. They go live here and there, and they would show a little bit of this or a little bit of that, but I don't feel like they took it serious either, and so forth and so on. And I'm not here to put those people down, because those first 12 or 11 builders believed in me and were a part of this, and I appreciate them and I thank them, and you know, and I'll forever be in debt for this show because they actually participated. But the reality is I want it to go back to where bike builders sign autographs. They sell t-shirts. I can't make a bike builder, you know, do what he says he's going to do. There's no contracts to this stuff. There's no, I mean, even for the advertisers, I don't sign contracts. I take people at their word. You shake my fucking hand, that's better than a contract to me. You look me in my eye, you shook my hand. Let's make this shit happen. Let's do this. But I really don't think bike builders give two shits about having booths at motorcycle rallies anymore. I don't think they care about it. I think the internet has changed that to the point I'm never going to change it back. So if everybody wants to get Instagram famous or Facebook famous or YouTube famous, well, guess what? I have a platform, and I'm working on something that's so big. If I can get the funding for it, I promise you, all the haters, all the shops that refuse to watch the show or be a part of it or take interest in it, they're going to be begging me to get into the build-off. I'm going to say it right now. I'm literally working my ass off to find sponsors to do a $30,000 cash prize, winner take all, 10 to 15 entrant biker build off. If money can't make a person be professional, I don't know what can. When we did the 2021 National Biker Build Off, $2,500. You had to pay $2,500 to get into the show and participate. FYI, guys, there were 10 builders. That's $25,000. 4 builders didn't even show up or build a bike, gave us no video footage whatsoever. $10,000 right there, just no big deal. The other 6 builders took it serious. They built bikes. One of them was disqualified because his bike didn't run. It was in the rules. Sorry, you're disqualified. $17,500 off of an idea. David Covington made $17,500 off of an idea I had. That's a lot of money, man. When's the last time you went to a bike competition, a bike show, a stereo competition for that matter of fact? When's the last time you went anywhere and they won $10,000, let alone $17,500? When? I will pause for dramatic effect so someone can tell me, what was the last show you saw where someone made over $10,000 cash? Exactly. You haven't. Well, I would like, which I'm going to be actively working on, which I have been actively working on, trying to get sponsors to do a bike builder. Rick Ross Car Show, Sean Gallegos, you said Rick Ross Car Show. I need for you to tell me how many bikes were at his show, and I need you to prove how much money they made. Not saying it didn't happen. I just need the proof. Exactly, Brian. But Sean Gallegos is saying that Rick Ross's car show, let me say it again, Rick Ross's car show paid more than $10,000 for the bike show. I would personally like to see how many bikes were entered, and I'd like to know how much money the bike builder that won that show got paid. That's what I'd like to see, because I didn't see anything about it until after the show, after Curly got a GMC diamond encrusted key. Well, I'm not saying that the diamond necklace didn't cost a couple of K. I'm asking you, show me the proof where somebody made $10,000 cash or more at a bike show. Because I know in Galveston every other year or so, they have a build there where one builder gets to win $10,000. I know that for a fact because it's my home bike rally and I've seen it. But again, Sean, you said Rick Ross's car show, which it's a car show. No disrespect to Rick Ross, but I'm asking how many bikes were in that show, how many builders were in that show, and how much money did the bike builder win? That's what I need to know. Show me that, because I'm not doing car shows. I do bike related shows. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just going to be more confrontational from here on out. If I'm going to be accused of talking about shit that I know nothing about, then I'm going to make sure everybody that says something to me has to prove they know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm sorry. It is what I am. Lance Curly Wagaman would know that, because Lance Curly Wagaman was the person I was referring to that got the diamond encrusted key. But I want to know how many bikes did he compete against, and I want to know how much cash he won in that bike show. That's what I want to know. And I'm not doing this to be disrespectful. I'm trying to prove a point about this show, the grind show, trying to get $30,000 in cash for a one winner take all bike build off. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've always been trying to do, is make the industry fucking better. But until Curly gets on here and tells me how many bikes were in that show and tells me how much money one person won, to me, it's a keychain. It's a diamond encrusted keychain that I would love to freaking have Don't get me wrong, no disrespect. And I know the bike that Curly built was a bad mofo. But the bike he built was also for Rick Ross. So again, if that's going to be my competition is Rick Ross's show, then I want to know how many bikes were in the show, and I want to know how much cash was awarded. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. We'll move on to the next topic. Next topic is this. It says the grind biker build off behind me. I sat on my ass every Thursday night trying to entertain everybody like I'm some kind of, circus poodle, which I'm not. This whole show is about building motorcycles. So that's what I'm going to start leaning it towards. I'm looking for builders. I don't care who you are. I'm looking for builders that do not have a problem with showing people that what they build, that don't mind showing the process of what they build. I don't care if you're building a custom exhaust. I don't care if you're building a gas tank. I don't care if you're building a custom set of bags off of another set of bags you already bought and chopped up. I don't care. This show is about building. That's what the show is about. And I know there's builders out there building stuff. I also know there's builders out there that are bringing bikes to shows with stuff they bought from other builders, and they're taking credit for building that stuff. And I don't want that fake shit either. I don't want it. No, I want to see people that actually build with their own two hands. And it doesn't have to be a $100,000 show stop in winter. It just needs to be somebody building some shit. Like me. I want to do a 4-part series. And they're going to be uploads. They're going to be uploads on YouTube. That's what I'm going to start pushing that format to get the viewers and to get the followers and the subscribers there. Because if I cannot find sponsors that want to get behind this build off, then I'm going to have to do it myself. I'm going to have to do it myself. So the only way I can get good money, if you do another build off, another rule should be 100-mile bike run where whoever makes it back is still in the show. So Brian, that was actually part of the documentary. I need to text message you the documentary so you can watch it. The documentary is actually badass. Actually, Brian, shoot me a text right now just for ease, and I'll shoot you over the documentary. Sean Gallego says the 2023 Rick Ross Car and Bike Show had multiple bike winners, including Houston 713 Motoring, who won the Hustler of the Year award. The show also awarded prizes for best car and best bike. Okay. Sounds good to me, Sean. You still didn't tell me how many bikes were in the bike show, and you still didn't tell me if there was over 10 or at least 10,000 cash to the best bike, to the one that beat everybody. You still haven't proven that to me. And I'm not doing this to be mean to you, Sean. Me and you are tight. We're good. You know how I feel. I'm just asking you, you're putting information up on my show. I want the proof behind it. I need the numbers behind that. Not shitting on Rick Ross's show. I'm not putting it down. I just want to know really. And I'd also love to know, it would not give it to me. It just said necklace and cash prizes. Who is not giving it to you? Who's not giving you that information? I tell you what, does anybody know Rick Ross? I'd love to have him on the show and discuss this whole show that he's putting on, because I'm going to tell you right now, again, my intention is to have a bike show where we take 10 or 15 builders, and I'm not going to say the best, because I don't want the best of everything in my show. I don't want guys that are getting paid $100K to build a fucking bike. I want guys in the garage grinding, humping, getting it to also be in this show. I want those guys to get the recognition as well. 10 or 15 builders, 30,000 cash, done. King Lace, how much is that Rick Ross key worth, boss man? I guarantee you that key is not worth $10,000. I know what a GMC square box key looks like. And as many little diamonds as into that, even if it was one full carat, which I doubt that, which I'm not, again, people, I'm not trying to put this down. I think the Diamond Key is worth about $25,000. Okay. If someone can just prove that to me, I'll be cool with that. I'll leave that alone. My whole point is that I want to build a bike show where you have 10 or 15 entrants and the take home prize is a minimum of $30,000 cash. I want them to show building. I want them to show the work. I want them to show everything about it while they're doing it. Because at the end of the day, people just want to see people building things. They want to see the good. They want to see the bad. They want to see the ugly. They want to see the struggles. They want to see the victories. They want to see all of it. Just saying, you and Rick Ross kind of have the same thing going. He's letting nobodies come to a show and become somebody. Okay, no offense, Sean. Up until Curly started posting, I had no freaking idea Rick Ross did a bike show. So how much notoriety are they getting? When's Curly Wagaman? Kevin needs information. Again, I'm not arguing about that show. What I'm saying is in the bike world, there needs to be a biker build off or a bike show where there's some fucking serious money involved in it. I know a lot of these big corporate sponsors pay 20, 30, 40, 50 grand to some of the businesses out there. I want to be hooked up. I want to find the people. I want to do another documentary and I want to do another biker build off. And that's what I'm working towards. But I want it to be such an extravagant amount of money that you almost beg to get into the show because it's prestigious. It's the show that as a builder, you get to prove yourself. Yeah, and I'm not saying prove yourself to other builders. I'm not saying prove yourself to nobody's like me. I'm saying you get to prove yourself to yourself by being a part of something that's way bigger than you are. Just like all the people in 3 or 4 seasons of the biker build off on Discovery Channel, by the end, they were scraping the bottom of the barrel looking for fucking people to get into that show because they had gone through every major bike builder they could find. And finally, towards the last year or so, they finally started getting the people that were unknown. And I'll tell you right now, the unknowns built some killer bikes. Well, I want the unknowns to be mixed in with the knowns. I want to do this show so bad. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be me getting on social media, making a whole bunch of reels and doing a whole bunch of stuff to get viewers and subscribers to build up that cash from the advertising that YouTube is willing to pay you. And then me saving that money and then me giving all that money to a builder. Because once you start doing it and once you start pushing it and promoting it, and it actually happens, then it starts happening more and more and more. I still support what you are saying, though. Nothing wrong with a badass show. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'd love to go to a Rick Ross show. I'd love it because I know what's going to be there. But I also don't see Rick Ross advertising that show in Sturgis or in Myrtle Beach or any of the other places. I've been to Daytona. I've been to Panama City. I've never, ever, ever heard of Rick Ross's car and bike show. I've never heard of it. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means I've never heard of it. I'd like to think I'm pretty privy to a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this industry. But if you ask certain people, I'm nobody. I don't know anything. So I'll lean to that side. I'm nobody. I don't know anything. I'm just a guy with a garage below me wanting to do a show to get other builders more credit. And fuck me for doing that, because that's where all this shit started, was because people started getting mad at me because all I wanted to do was make bike builders great again. So there you go. So that's why I took a month off, because the negativity is so fucking deep in this industry that even when you get somebody like me that wants to do something good, dude, I don't know what to say. Tim Skates, all I can do is ask you if you know of any advertisers, if you know any bike enthusiasts that have mad money that would like to be a part of a documentary and a massive biker build off, man, give them my information. Tell them to call me. Tell them to sit down, have a business meeting with me. Shade Tree Millwright. Man, you ain't even fucking wrong, Charles. I own that name. I own it. Shade Tree Millwright. I got good at pouring grout and doing alignments. That's the only thing I got good at, being a millwright. Charles, you got my cell phone number, man. Shoot me a text so I can hit you up when I get off the show here in a little bit. Again, what I'd like to do from here on out with the show is, instead of talking about radios and stereos and what speakers what and what ohm is what and what watt is what and how many hertz does it take to make a subwoofer in different from a mid bass, different from a tweeter, dude, I could give two shits less about regurgitating technical information about audio. That doesn't make you a fucking bike builder. That makes you a stereo person. Unfortunately, in the bike building world, you have to know how to do stereos, because people want fucking audio in their bikes. And I don't care if it's Rockford Fosgate, or it's Euphoria, or if it's KB. I don't care. You know, I didn't go to school to get a master's degree or a PhD in electrical, which, by the way, for professionals, all audio is electricity. It's wattage, it's hertz. It's all that resistance. I mean, FYI. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to build, I'm going to keep doing, and I'm going to keep building. And I will end up building that circle of friends that I thought I had. I'll either build what I have stronger, or I'll scratch it and start over from scratch. It doesn't matter. Real is real. True friendship is true friendship, no matter if it's motorcycles, cars, or fucking playing Hot Wheels in the sand. It doesn't matter. But one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and patronize people because I'm scared of hurting someone else's feelings. And I put their feelings before mine. I wasn't happy doing the show anymore. I wasn't happy trying to, get interviews and beg and beg and beg and beg to get interviews, and people just never took me serious. Fuck it. I don't need to interview anybody. I can sit here. As a matter of fact, I wanted to tell you guys, I want to do a special, a 4-part special, maybe 5-part, maybe 3-part. Who cares? I want to do a special on making custom motorcycle seats, because I want people to know why 20 hours of labor goes into a custom seat, regardless if it's a bagger, regardless if it's a tooled seat, regardless of what it is. 20 hours is nothing. If you work an 8-hour day, that's 2.5 days, 8 hours a day. Some people may just be God, and they can zip through a custom seat so goddamn fast it's not funny. One person tapes the bike off. That same person lays the fiberglass. That same person trims the seat pan. That same person shapes the foam. That same person lays out the patterns for the seat. That same person sews it all together. That same person assembles the seat. That same person puts it back on the bike. 20 hours is not that many hours to build a seat from scratch. I'll prove it. I'll make a list of the materials. I will make a list of what it costs to actually build a seat from scratch, and let you see. People will get to see me build a seat. I don't know what I'm going to build it for. I'm obviously going to have to wait until I have a job that has me doing that, but then I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make videos, and I'm going to make time-lapse videos and put them on YouTube. And if you want to see the whole thing, go to the YouTube channel and watch it. If it's too much trouble for you to click that YouTube button and go to YouTube and go to the grind, then fuck you. Don't watch it then, if it's that much trouble. Because the reality is I'll go live here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, but I can't sit here and do everything on this page. I got to get it over to where I can monetize it and make money, because I want to give bike builders money. That's what the bottom line is. I want to give bike builders money. I want bike builders back at rallies with their booths set up and custom bikes sitting out there, so I can go over there and have something to do other than go to a stereo competition. I want to go see where people are building bikes, where people are welding and fabricating and doing stuff. I love stereos. I love the big wheel baggers. I'm not downgrading or dismissing any of that. I just want to see more. I want to see more. Yeah. Fuck you too, Brian. That's what I want to do. You know, second thing, if you're an industry guy that does something in the industry and you want a 4-part series, 3-part series, whatever, about what you do, I'll make it happen. I will make that happen on this show. Pedro, you want to do a series on engraving a set of exhaust pipes, a set of wheels, whatever, as long as it's about motorcycles, I'll give you the series and put you on the show and make those videos about you. Timothy Skates, you want to do one about the bikes you build? I'll do one about you. Sean, you want to do one about the metalwork and stuff you do? I'll do one about you. Brian, you want to do one about painting a bike and let people know what's actually involved in that shit? I'll do one about you. But it clearly says behind me, The Grind Biker Build Off. Okay? It's the grind. It's the grind of what we do, how we do it, that makes this industry special. It's people that care about what they're doing. It's people that actually want to stay in their own lanes. Or if you're not going to stay in your own lane, go support that motherfucker. Don't beat him up. Don't put him down. Don't make fun of him. Yeah, right, Jeremy. Do you even YouTube, dude? Or bro? Yeah, I try. But the whole point behind all of this is I needed to take a break because I was toxic. I was done. I was tired of it. People were tired of me. I was tired of y'all. Done. It's said, it's out in the open. If you have an issue with it, man, it's so easy. Don't come back on Wednesday nights. That's how easy it is. I am so used to people coming and going, it ain't even funny. I'm going to keep doing me, and I'm going to start doing the shit that makes me happy. And hopefully I can lead by example and other people will follow suit, because I have a funny feeling, and I could be as wrong as the day is long, but I have a funny feeling if I start doing and I start showing and I start putting that content up, it will inspire other people to do their content. Put it on the show, make it happen. You know, I really want to do the biker build-offs because there's people out there. I want to see what the fuck they truly can. And speaking of them, one of them just popped up on the show, Mr. Adrian Dre Meadows from Disturbing the Peace up there in Illinois. I want that guy to be in a biker build-off so bad, but I just don't know who I want to put him up against, because I think he'd bring so much to the show you wouldn't even understand. But anyway, I'm done ranting and I'm done playing nice. I'm done pretending. If you watch the show because you think it's a technical, educational show, fuck off. Go watch another show. That's not what this show's about. This show's about people that mess up, people that screw up, people that want to learn, people that just want to have somewhere where they can talk to people that'll help them. That's what this show is. If you need to have the technical side of it, go somewhere else. Go watch, public service television. Go watch that. Go YouTube how to do something and let someone else show you how to do it. If you're going to be a part of this show, you want to keep watching this show, that's what this show is going to be about. It's going to be about people like me, people like Dre, people like Brian, Jeremy, Sean, Pedro. It'll be about anybody that wants to build some shit. That's what this show is going to be about. So I will get off my soapbox now. I've said what I had to say. And for those that I offended, sorry. For those that appreciate what I'm doing, keep watching. I appreciate you watching. There you go. That's the end of it. So we'll see you guys next week.